That's what I'm talking about. See how it's starting to go up? Got my heater on full blast. Windows down because it's 73 outside. I don't need no damn heater on. Keeps going up and down, up and down. So let's take it apart and find out.
Well, shit. Truck overheated. Guess I should have fixed that thermostat when I was supposed to. Now I can't get to work, and I'm trying to do something so I don't have to get a tow because, no, those are freaking expensive. I don't got AAA or nothing. Yeah, it's beyond the point of high. It's straight spiked out. The radiator cap popped a little bit. So, luckily I was able to get out the freeway. I'm over here by a 7-Eleven or AM/PM or something like that. Yeah. Sucks. Alright, well, it's time to do some redneck engineering. I'm going to have to go ahead and... I've used my temperature sensor. I have a digital one. And radiator's 100 degrees. Upper radiator hose is 148. And the engine's 208. So it's coming down, but obviously the thermostat ain't opening. So I'm going to have to get in there when it cools. Take out the thermostat, rip out the middle of it, and get her back on the road because I have a job I need to get to. Stay tuned.
Alright, it's been a minute, but here we go, look. So 110, but 136, and then we get in here. That's there by the water pump. So basically the problem is your upper radiator hose typically goes right down to your thermostat. Mine is right there. I got two, I think it's 11mm bolts, or 9/16, depending on what wrench I have. So I got to pop that off, take it out, rip the core out of it. I can't do anything until these hoses cool down because it's got so much pressure in here. It'll just blow all my water out. I've got a whole 1 gallon of water left. Luckily, we're close to here, so I can get some more water. But drinking water is now going to become save the truck water. Okay, so here's where we're at. Fun little setup here. Trying to be environmentally friendly as possible. Luckily, I had some towels and stuff in my truck. As you can see, I've salvaged almost 1 gallon of water out of it so far. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that. Making sure I don't get anything in the gutters and run down the storm drain. Environmental friendly stuff. I'll be back. Okay, what I've done so far, I need to remove this upper radiator hose because the other bolt is back here and it's really a pain in the patootie to get to. So I carefully caressed this clamp off, and what you want to do is you don't want to pull or pry, you want to twist the hose until it's free. Let's see how much coolant I have left. Oh, cool. Until it's free. And then repeat down here. If yours is stock, you're going to have these stupid clamps. I recommend replacing them with the hose clamps that have the screw type. But that's neither here nor there right now. So I got to make these larger. Remember, this isn't my normal tools. I'm using whatever the hell I have in my truck. And luckily, I had a 1/2-inch socket. Okay. Worky work. Alright, work. Okay, ow. And be careful. You got positives here. This is a positive. Luckily, I'm using rubber, so it's okay. But be careful if something hits the engine, and then over here, you get the light show. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, this is more how you're going to be used to. Hang on, let me work that sucker off. Now trip over this gallon of coolant I have here. Wow, that's pretty warm. Oh man, come on. Alright, let me get another tool. This is not budget. Oakley dokley. Let's try a big old screwdriver that's broken on the end anyways. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It breaks. Find a good wedge point. Typically, you don't want to push on pulleys and stuff, but guess what? We're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Oh, look, it's leaking. Let's see if this works. If not, I'm going to try something else. Oh. Sometimes cracking noise isn't a good thing to hear. Come on. Just get a little loose. Oh. I hope that was a hose moving. Okay, let me try this with the hand now. Oh, twisty, twisty, twister! Yep, still not any cooler. Yeah. Just gotta kind of work it off. I'll work it. Oh, there goes that tool. Man, stupid reservoir's in the way. Twisty. Oh, surprised this hose is still good. I figured it'd be crackling by now. I said twit. Ooh, get somewhere. Yeah. Yay! Alright, step whatever that was. Alright, now you can see I got one there. It's underneath there. A wrench. Put my tools. Always make sure to keep track of your tools. It can get very distracting. Right there is the other bolt. Go to your home. Oh, all right. A ratchet wrench that doesn't ratchet. You are a big pilot. Oh, it's peeing again. Hang on. Make sure you got my towels in the right spot. Hey, there's my screwdriver. Okay, we're catching it. We're catching it. We're good. All right. All right. Take this off of here. Oh yeah, this seems like a great idea. Should fall all the way through if I drop it though. Sorry you can't see much. This is awkward as heck. See if I can come around behind the belt here. Oh, this makes me nervous. Hope no cars come. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that's hot. Yeah, I'm on that hot. Ouch. My bag of rags left over from some work. At least I'm on somewhat of a side street over here. Hi, freeway. You always want to make sure you keep your work area clean as possible, because sometimes, especially with the coolant, it'll make stuff slippery. Alright, now I got it on there. How do I reach it? Another choker. Alright, slowly turn. Oh, ow! Ow! Engine hot. Yeah, give it a good finger in there, buddy. Yeah. Sorry. I'm talking to myself because y'all are watching me later. And I'm here now. Oh, come on. How long are these mother chuckers? There it is. Oh, oh. Okay. Ow! Sorry. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. Oh yeah, oh yeah, even got the bolt with it. Shwing! Set that here on my keep it covered battery terminals. Alright, get this top one off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. Why won't you move? Oh, I hope pulling on me didn't. So when you do that, one thing I did backwards. So I should have loosened the hose before the bolts. So hopefully I didn't. I loosened this one a little bit. I don't think I loosened it too much. But hopefully it didn't strip a little bit. You know, because these are aluminum that they're bolting into. So you don't want to over tighten them. You will strip it. I'm not saying throw some ones on it to make it better. Alright, come on. Because I just threaded directly into the water pump. Pump the water. Oh, this is gonna get messy. Come on. Come on, you're almost there. I can see the dreaded thermostat now. When you want to bet, it's gonna leak everywhere. I'm gonna pull it off. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let's break it down. Thermostat housing. A little corrosion up in there. This will be replaced eventually, but right now we are concerned more about that mother trucker right there. Oh yeah, look at that crap on that thing. What is that? We want to bet it leaks as soon as I take it out. Hopefully not that much. I got some corrosion up in there. That could be the situation we got going on. Alright, well, where's that screwdriver? Sorry, environment. I tried. Yeah, not too shabby. If I can just pick it up without burning my fingers off. Come here, little dude. Alright. Now, hopefully, this gasket is reusable. Let's see what's going on with this mother trucker. .203 was the standard thermostat size. I don't know if you guys see in there. Zoom in a little further. Nope, that's dark. So 203 degrees is what it opens up at. Mine did not open up at any of them. Could be something messed up here. Huh. Well, now that I've got a big hole in my engine, clean that out a little bit, make sure there's no corrosion in there. Something you get a lot with these aluminum engines. Well, I found a thermostat in my toolbox. I'm sure it's not for this thing. Where'd it go? Ah. Should have looked the number up. 4108. Bet you it's for like a freaking Honda Civic or something. Let's see the size. Alright, and... well, that's not gonna work. Definitely not gonna work. Son of a bench. And that one opened up at 180. Alright, so let's get redneck on this one. Let me get a spot set up in the back of my truck, and we're gonna tear that mother trucker a new one. Okay, doctor. The patient is ready for surgery. Okay, so the way these are attached, this basically has wax in here, and the spring shuts it when the temperature goes down, and opens it when the temperature goes up. So what we're gonna do, this whole housing here connects here, 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 and here. That's a bitch to get to, so I'm just gonna cut it off from this side. First tool. Let's use these ones, nurse. And it's kind of difficult. Wish I had somewhere to set up a camera. Let me try to magically cut this in half. I'll come back for you with different tools. Hopefully you can hear me. I got one side off. As you can see, I just snapped it. So let's work on this side. Push it till it's got some nice grooves in there. I don't know if you can see them. Right here, it's got grooves. Straight across from the other side. And just push, squeeze, push. And hopefully this doesn't fly right off the camera. Hey, now it's a full flow thermostat. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, now it's reverse time. Went in this way. Usually you gotta put the little tab at the top, but you don't got that problem anymore. I'll do one later after this when I actually do a proper one, but I guess you pretty much get the gist of it. Ow, that's hot. Now the one thing is you gotta make sure this seats all the way. Since I'm not putting a new seal on it, it's very important, or I'm just gonna have the same problem in like 2 miles. So you gotta try to get it flush with that flange without destroying this seal. And might have to use some proper tools here. All right. Oh, no. Damn it. I'm having a problem because of this corrosion here. I try to clean some of that off. Yep, that's it's not working. Hang on. All right, what I did was I didn't use this side of the knife, the what's supposed to be a sharp side. It's kind of sharp. I used this side, and I just went around the edges and kind of went like that on there, you know, holding it with 2 hands though, and just kind of got some of this corrosion off here to make sure it would slip in a little smoother. Then I took it, went down in here, and just kind of using the back side like this, went around there to make sure there's no other corrosion where the seat is for the seal. So, now that I scraped it, I'm gonna wipe it off. All right. Thought it'd work from 5 feet away. Let's try it again. Yeah, look at that. Nice and flush. Nice and flush. Alright, now to get this thing back on. First, corrosion on this one too. Alright. Kind of just wiping the loose stuff off, because you wipe too much corrosion off these things and it ain't gonna seal. Because you gotta use that to seal this back up. So it'll go on, that way it looks right. It's not really an up and down to these, it's just there. So you see it's pretty symmetrical. Just get it on there, get the bolts in. Speaking of bolts, use one to start it here. I typically use the top one because it holds everything up. Just start it with your fingers so you don't cross thread this, because the aluminum is very easy to cross thread. Ugh. And the fun one. At least the engine's cooled off a little bit. It's been, say about an hour since I shut it off. Come on, get in there. Oh, ow! Hang on. Okay. Switch it to the other side. I think that's that way. If not, I'll be switching again. Oh, yeah, nope, the other way. Hey, it's ratcheting now. How slick is that? So it is, I snugged them both down. I was tightening them up. Ugh. See, in the field, I like to use German specs. These are going to tighten down to the spec of Gutentite. And you can go ahead and Google that. It works. So once you got these bolts Gutentite, and I think that's in inch pounds, you're going to need to go ahead. No, I'm sorry. That's in kilos. I don't know. This is not working out. Good, nice and snug. And then one for good luck. And then one. Oh, okay, yeah, that's tight enough. That's good. Reverse this sucker. Reverse. That's not the way it goes on. That's the way it goes on. Okay. Get. Try to get the hose on there as far as you can. And if your hose is old like mine, you're going to feel it click into place, basically. Yeah, I know. Hoses don't click. But it felt like it. Feed it back under. Connect to the top. And one of the most important steps, besides tightening down bolts, put your hose clamps back on. Never done it before, but I'm sure people have. I've seen people take tires off, and they put the other tire on, and I told them, hey, you know, hold the rotor on with one of the lug nuts. Now, they get the tire on, tightened down, I go back to check their work. Tire looks kind of odd. Pull it off. That lug nut's still on there. Oh, Lord. Alright, so get these two on there. Get some cooling there. Alright, we got our hose clamps back on. One thing I want to stress on is if you're using these ones, the band style, always try to put them back in the same position they came off in. Especially if you have an older hose, because that's the spot it's going to seal. Now, it could seal if you put it off a little bit here and there, but I always say put them back on there. Never had a problem if they're in the same spot as they were before. So it looks like they never came off. Okay. Time for recovery. There we go. Oh, one thing I say too, always make sure your tools are put away. Alright, get my gallon of piss looking water here. Because I was a mechanic for 11 years. And I found the most annoying thing is when you forget to put your tools away and then they meander off. That always sucks. Oh, this is gonna be messy. Hang on. Okay, try to get in there without missing. Alright. No, the fluid's not pink like usual because I'm using the universal, which may have been a problem. And why I have the corrosion, I'm not sure. Just pour nice and easy. And once I get that gallon in there, I'm gonna go ahead and use this other water I have to see if it's topped off. So I'm sure I lost some in the process. And then when I pulled over on the freeway, she was spiked out on the hot. Luckily for my truck, I've already dealt with the overheating issue and replaced my head gaskets. And with the 03s, and I don't know if it's to 05 or not, the first generation of this Hemi, I guess it's not the first generation, but first years the Hemi came back out in the trucks. I think the cars too, I'm not sure. But they didn't have these supports for the spring valves, the valve springs. Spring valve, yeah, I say shit backwards. For the valve springs. So what happened is as that valve spring went down, it wouldn't go straight down, it would bend like this. So eventually they would snap. Well, I ended up replacing all of them, intake and exhaust. And I just did the head gaskets while I was at it. Need water in there? Oh no, need more water. I'm actually thirsty myself. Clean water. Yep, good enough for the truck. Alrighty. I'm not too concerned about spilling this until actually I need it. It's all over my face. Oh, come on, you thirsty. It's always good to check, make sure nothing's leaking. We're still good. Alrighty. Oops. You filled up, are ya? Ooh, actually it is. I like to squeeze the pipe, get some of the air out. Level looks good. Throw this cap on. So far, I still got some water for the road. As you know, it's nice out right now. That will not be drinking water. Cooling. Clean. Mr. Clean. Okay. Let's go inside and see what happens. All right, baby. Still starts, that's good. Gauge is looking good, except for that fuel gauge. Oh well. I got my heater on high. I had that issue when I got off the freeway. I started overheating. It'll buy you a little bit of time, but not much. Probably should have moved those towels from underneath the truck. Make sure they're out of the engine compartment. Just sounds good. I mean, luckily the check engine light's not on. That's a plus. So we'll let it warm up a little bit. I'm actually feeling hot air out of the heater, which is good because when she overheated, it stopped blowing hot air. It was just the pressure built up in there. I didn't want to move water around the system. Don't know why. Probably just bypassing. So I've got it filled up to the cold mark here. As you can see, it's going down a little bit. You want to watch out when you first start it. I always like to move some water around since we can easily. Okay, it's getting warm now. It's flowing. All right, let me get this before it blows away. Hello, traffic. It's a lot better than it looked like earlier. All right, where's that thermometer I have? All right, yes, I do carry these tools with me all the time because being a building inspector, you need this little fancy dancy here. I've had this one probably 15 years. It's just been at least 10 years since I'm a mechanic. Still have my tools. Radiator 116. Hose 118. Not too bad. Shoot it down here. Watch out for the fan! Coming up. Coming up. Look at that. Look at those numbers. You like when they match. I do too. Alright, let's see how warm it is coming out of the vents. Yeah, that's always fun to be chilling inside your truck. Alright, I've got no air bubbles. That's not going to come up very fast because without the thermostat you can't regulate the temperature. It'll help cool it down as I go driving down the road. So remember, this is just a temporary fix. This is not your, I can drive it for months now. I wouldn't advise that. If your engine, it's supposed to be at that little mark right there, the middle mark. That's when it's warmed up. That's when it's running properly. That's when the lubrication's moving around, and that's where you want to be. Now, if you run it cold all the time, or say you're towing a lot, it's up here. It's okay. You know, that's your little warmer range. This is you're gonna die. Mine was like on that spot there. So luckily, so far I've not caused damage to the engine. I got heat, which I'm gonna turn that off right now. All right. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.